Focus groups. Maybe you've been in one, maybe you've even run one for yourself or for your business. Right. And a final question. Would you not agree that having this spanking new fridge in your kitchen would fill a deep emotional void in your life?
I don't really have a void in...
Let me rephrase. Would it enrich your life knowing you've got this brand new, innovative, high-tech new fridge in your kitchen?
Well, the one I have now in my kitchen kind of works.
When push comes to shove, would you not agree that owning this new fridge would make you a little bit happier?
I guess so.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are we talking here? Like a 9 or a...
8?
Like a 9 or a...
10?
Bingo. Thank you for participating in this focus group. Jonathan will give you $50 on your way out. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Doors that way. Oh. Right. 91% of surveyed consumers said they would buy into the brand and make a positive purchase decision towards our brand. They are designed to generate discussions and ideas and opinions moderated by somebody. It's usually a group of people that get together with maybe a prototype or some kind of thing that people can respond to.
When you like what you see, turn the knob to the right. When you don't like what you see, turn it left.
And then they generate insights from that and take that back into the business and hopefully make more informed decisions. At the same time, these conversations are usually recorded, maybe by video in the room, or sometimes they have those, those one-way mirrors you see in TV shows in the interrogation room.
That woman looks exactly like me.
That's your reflection, Peter.
It's a conversation happening over here, and on the other side of the mirrors, people can't see, are people observing and taking notes and hopefully get to some aha moments.
Well, what do you think?
And did you also know that the first time focus groups were used was in the 1940s to study the effects of wartime propaganda? But over the years, it's become more of a marketing tool, a way to get under the skin of consumers and to find out what it is that they are looking for. But the question is, do they actually work? And more importantly, are they a good way to test whether your new innovative idea is going to be a hit or not? Let's explore. And as always, before we dive in, make sure you leave us a like below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can always stay up to date on the latest inspiration for innovation for you innovators and business creatives out there. Exceptions aside, launching something because you have a gut feeling that the world needs this thing that you are developing.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Might not be the best strategy. You will want to take out some of the risk, and you can do that by stepping into the world and finding some data and to see whether that hunch that you have deep inside actually has some merit to it. So if the goal of these focus groups is to learn and find out whether your idea, your product, your service, your activity, your campaign is going to be a smashing hit or not, then do they actually deliver that answer? And I would say in most cases, no, they don't.
You kids don't know what you want.
So why not then? Maybe it's poor moderation. Maybe you've invited the wrong people. Maybe you're working on the wrong challenge.
Maybe.
All of those matter for sure, but even if you get all of those right, here are 3 more big reasons why I think that for innovation, focus groups are a waste of time. And after that, let's explore a few simpler options that I think work a lot better. Reason number 1, groupthink.
What are clones?
People tend to conform to the opinions of others in the group, which may lead to a more biased or inaccurate representation of their real opinions. So there's this pressure to be seen in a certain way, which I think can completely skew the answers. I mean, I'm no different. When I'm at the doctor's and the doctor goes, "And roughly how many units of alcohol do you consume a week, Mr. Childers?" "Oh, I'll have the occasional beer every now and then." Reason number 2, moderator bias. Like the example in the beginning, the moderator might already have a biased opinion about what it is that they're asking for. Or maybe they are paid by some company to find the data that kind of supports the thing they already have. And in my field, we call that shoving dung back into an elephant. And reason number 3, lack of representation. Very often these focus groups will have a small sample size. I mean, think about it. You're probably going to get people who actually have time today. People with super busy jobs will not be able to take time off work.
Oh, I have a conflict. It conflicts with the enjoyment of my life.
And this can then lead to findings and insights which are not representative of the audience that you are actually serving. And now imagine that you make your business decision based on a tiny target group. You can see how that might be a bit of a problem. And often these participants will get hired by some agency and they get paid for their time. And I don't know about you, but if you paid me $50, $100 to come sit there with you with a cup of coffee and tell you a couple of things about whatever it is that we're talking about, yeah, I would love that. I'm going to do that one again. So I'm going to give you exactly the answers that you are looking for so I can get invited again.
You know, I bet there's a lesson to be learned from all this.
Sadly, the conclusions coming out of some of these focus groups might put you on the wrong path, and you might end up months later having kind of gone on this wild goose chase, pursuing this big idea, spending all this time, money and energy, launching something which nobody needs, and it's a complete bust.
Scarousel, a carousel where you ride on real horse skeletons.
Here's a little story. A friend of mine once told me about a focus group where they were testing out different scarves. So they had all these different scarves on the table, different materials, different design, different colors, and the moderator was asking them questions about which ones that they liked and which ones they didn't like. And at the end, everybody kind of agreed that it was this beautiful blue silky scarf with kind of gold detail there. Everybody decided that that was the one to go for. That was the best looking, the most amazing scarf that was on the table. Excellent. So they had a bit of an idea about what people were looking for. And before the participants left the room, the moderator said, hey, by the way, as a little thank you, you guys get to pick a scarf from the table. Pick any scarf that you want. And guess which one everybody picked? The black one.
That can't be true.
But they all said the blue with the gold. I know, but the reality is what people say and what people do might not always be the same. Now, even though the blue one with all the gold detail, the silky one, looked really nice, the more practical one, which people would go for in this case, was the black one because it's easier to combine with other clothing. Funny that. So what do you do then? Well, here are a couple of simple alternatives which I think work a lot better, at least when it comes to finding out whether your innovative idea has got legs or not. An easy alternative is online surveys. They are anonymous, which gets people to be probably more honest and more genuine. It's a fairly cost-effective way and it's an easy way to quickly reach a much larger pool of people, a much larger audience. SurveyMonkey is your friend over here, so give that a go. Now, if you want to go a lot deeper with people rather than putting people in a focus group with the peer pressure of other people, maybe what you do is in-depth interviews where you have a one-on-one and you have, with good moderation, good facilitation, you can go a lot deeper. You can kind of get into all the tangents and kind of prod and pry and find out what's going on, what some of these drivers underneath are. And the best thing is, if you're not in the same space, you can even do this through a video call. But why stop there? I just told you that people often do something different from what they say. So find creative ways, find activities you can observe them using your early version of your product or your service. Can you role play something? Can you go on a shop along with them? Can you go into their workplace and see how they interact with the world? Because like I said, very often what people say and what they do might not be very different. And by observing them, taking a step back and seeing them in different scenarios will give you a wealth of information with which you can make better business decisions. And where you can, bring a prototype or an MVP or a sample to the table, because if a picture paints 1,000 words, then a prototype paints 1,000,000. And yes, this might mean a bit more work on your part, but that's really where the aha moments lie. And if you go to places your competitors don't go, you're going to come up with insights that your competitors don't have. So let me hand it over to you. Do you think that focus groups still play a role, at least in assessing an idea's potential? Do you think they serve a completely different role? Is there a way to do it better? So we'd love it if you left us a comment below and then click on this video over here where we explore the one thing that most successful business and entrepreneurs do all the time to stay ahead of their competition. And it's called prototyping. Right there. Thank you for watching.